Hey everyone, Scott Gumbar, owner of Watch Tech, Proactive IT, coming with another quick hit, tech tip quick hit, based on a conversation with a new client, and the topic is Google Workspace. How do I create an admin account without having to assign a license to it? So with Microsoft 365, it's really easy to go in and add an admin that doesn't have email and can go in and do administrative things as needed. It's a little more difficult to find in Google, and not really well documented. If you put a bunch of documents together, you might find it, but it wasn't easy to do. So I do have a Google Workspace account. My other email addresses, one of my other email address goes through Google, and obviously we do that to be able to support our clients that do use Google. And Google Workspace, formerly G Suite, and I think it's had a few other names in the past, seems to be favored of some more of the marketing type businesses, the creative type businesses, and so forth. So I do have some clients that are using Google Workspace. This is Google Workspace. If you go to admin.google.com, if you have an account, you log in there with that account, assuming it's an admin account. If you have, if you're an employee if you're an employee of a business and you're not an admin, you're not going to be able to log in, or you may be able to log in, but it won't. I'm not sure if you can log in, to be honest, but I know for sure you won't have all of the same access. So this is an admin account under Google. And how do you create this cloud identity account is what it's called. And it's, once you figure it out, it's not that hard. So we're going to go through it. So first you log in, I'm logged in, you go to billing, you go to subscriptions, and you add a subscription, and you would select cloud identity from here. And I've already purchased, not really a purchase, but you can see it's free, cloud identity free. So you add that. You could do the premium, and I don't know how much the premium costs, but you could do that. For most cases, most scenarios, cloud identity free is fine. So you add that, you actually get I think 2,500 licenses for that automatically. So now that I've added that, it's on my account. The next thing you need to do is turn off automatic licensing, because what happens is if you create a new user in your Google admin account, it automatically assigns, whatever licenses you're using. They start at $6. There's a $12 license, and I think the third tier is $20, something like that. And so we're using the $6 account on this account as it is. I've never come anywhere near using the amount of data that I am allowed with that account, so no need for me to upgrade. But in order to turn that, you have to turn off the automatic licensing, because again, if you add a new user, it's automatically going to add that whatever licensing you're already using. So you go to, again, under billing, license settings, and here, automatic licensing, I have it turned off now. You just click this pencil icon. You have to hover over, click the pencil icon, and change this from on to off. And see the note here, it says changes may take up to 24 hours to propagate to all users. So it did take a few hours. It didn't take 24 hours. I think it took probably 6 hours or so for this to update, because I still tried to add users after. I tried to add the cloud identity user right after I made this change, and it would not accept the change. Also, well, we'll come back to that. So now I have cloud identity active, and I want to create the admin users, essentially the purpose of this exercise. Add new user, as you would normally do. So under, let's go back, let's take it a step back. We'll go to directory, users, add new user. You put the name of the person in, and it says primary email. You're creating an account at their domain. So I did admin at scottgumbar.com. And if you have other domains under the account, you can also use one of those. You can add a secondary email, this would be if they get locked out or if they need to reset the password or something like that. And then the phone number, these are optional. They're not necessary, but I would still do it just in case they lose access. And then you add the user. And now they will, I've already added 2 users. So I added this one and this one. And this one I just did this morning to make sure it does still work. So if I go back to licensing now, billing and subscriptions, you'll see that I'm still only using the 5 G Suite basic accounts that were there prior to me adding now 2 cloud identities. So it starts with 2,545. So now I've taken 2 away because I've added those. The last thing you'll need to do, make sure you have the password saved so you can send it to the person that you created the account for. But the next thing you'll need to do is go back to the users. And I'm going to use this one since I just created it this morning. Click on the user, and then you click on admin roles and privileges, and you assign the admin roles that you want them to have. So if you want them to be able to add people to, basically do everything as super admin. If you want to be able to add them, if you want the person to be able to add people to groups, create groups and so forth, that's groups admin. If you want them to be able to create users, change users, reset passwords, remove users, this is users management, help desk admin. I'm not 100% sure what the help desk admin or the service admin within Google Workspace does. Probably what they sound like. If you're doing help desk and service admin, I'm not sure that you would even use Google at that point. But you'll probably need user management admin or group management admin, groups admin, maybe super admin for the role, the admin role you're creating. And then you can also create a custom role if you wanted to. Come here and decide what you want to do with it, create a new role, decide what you want to include with that role. You can really get granular with the privileges that you give to the cloud identity user that you've just created. Once you've done that, you've assigned the admin roles, they can now come to admin.google.com, log in with that account, and do what they need to do within your Google admin, your Google Workspace account, and you will not be on the hook for the monthly license subscription fee for that account. So again, just a real quick hit because I know that it's not clearly defined. After doing my own research, it's really not clearly defined. I don't know if Google's being intentionally vague about it, but this should help a lot of those that administer Google accounts and gotten to a point where they would prefer somebody else do it for them. That's going to do it for us for this video. Stay safe and stay secure, everyone.